Hi, good day. This is Demola Awoyele. Always a joy and pleasure sharing this platform with you on Leaders Arise. And thank you for always joining me on this life-changing broadcast on life and leadership. And I hope that today's episode of this Leaders Arise podcast will be a blessing to you. Can I wish you compliment of the season? Can I wish you a great Unity? Can I wish you a great season as we wrap up year 2020? And can I wish you a blessed new year ahead? Thank you for joining me and God bless you. So today, I want to push further on our discussion on the secrets of an amazing year. I've started this some couple of episodes ago. You may want to go over on my timeline or the platform where you are watching from or streaming from and check the previous episode so that you can be on the same page with us. Today, I want to share something very powerful with you, which I believe will be a huge blessing to you. It's another secret of an amazing year. And that secret I'm sharing with you is start early. Starting early. There is this statement we've been hearing while growing up: early to rise, early to shine. Early to rise, early to shine. There is power in starting early. You know, sometimes we say a lot about finishing well or finishing strong. By the way, I've been taking a series on that in this month of December 2020 in our local church. Finishing strong. Why do we say finishing strong? We say finishing strong because we're about to end the year, we're about to end whatever. If you're a student on campus, your final year, somebody want to talk to you about finishing strong and whatever. But I believe the time to determine how to finish is not when you're about to finish, as at that time is almost late. The time to hear your best of lessons on success and on productivity is not in September, it's not in November, it's not in December. Does that mean you shouldn't hear all of those at that time? No, but it would have been better if you hear all of those as early as the year began. In fact, it would have been better if you hear them before the year began. As a student on campus, it would have been better if you hear principles about success before you entered campus. As a pastor of a local church, don't enter ministry and start learning how ministry works. It would have been better you learn how before you enter. Do you understand? So what am I trying to say today is, as we look forward to an amazing year 2021, one principle that will make that year truly amazing for you is a principle of starting early. Starting early. And that's what I want to speak to today. Because how you start will determine how you end. Even though we serve a God that can give you a glorious future, despite how horrible or bad your past is or your beginning is. Even though your beginning might be small, your latter end shall greatly increase. But it is wisdom for us to start early. I was sharing in our local church some couple of days ago. I just borrowed an idea from my days as a student on campus. I told our church folks then, I said, in those days when I write exams on campus, I have this style of ensuring that before I begin to answer the questions, I would have taken my time to check the questions properly. If I'm given a 90-minute exam paper to write, or 2 hours paper, or whatever, or even 1 hour, I can spend the first 10-15 minutes to sit down and plan how I'm going to answer the question. I know some of us do that anyway, but some people don't do that. I see some people, they collect the examination and they answer script, paper, they start writing. Me, I take my time because I want to start well. I want to start well. I plan. Which question do I need to answer first? Which question do I need to answer next? And which question do I need to answer last? Because the way I start matters. If you are writing an examination, for instance, and you started number 1, you missed it, you cancelled it. Number 2, you cancelled it. Number 3, you cancelled it. By the time you get to number 4, you are already getting discouraged. In fact, pressure has started mounting now. Why? Because you can't see yourself passing that exam. And the devil will start telling you this exam, you are coming back for it next year. But can you imagine you start an exam, number 1, you got it right. Number 2, you got it right. By the time you get to number 3, your momentum and morale is already high. And of course, like I told them in our church, the examiner that will mark the script, when he sees that number 1, you missed it, number 2, number 3, you missed it, he has lost interest in marking your papers. And that's how people fail. So even when you now get number 4 rightly, he can mistakenly not give because he has lost faith in you. But number 1, you got it. Number 2, you got it. Number 3, you got it. The man will sit there and say, this is a good student. Even when you didn't get number 4, where he can mistakenly give you the mark because you have started well. And that's what I want to share with you today. You need to start well and to start early. There are 2 words there. You start well, you start early. It is not as important as starting early as it is about starting well. Whether you like it or not, all of us are going to start the year early in the sense of we are going to enter January 1, 2021 at the same time. But I can choose how I want to start. In fact, when I say start well or start early, what do I mean? I mean, whatever you hope or plan to do for year 2021, start well and start early. Avoid procrastination. Oh, in year 2021, I want to build a strong financial life. I want to be able to save minimum of ₦1 million or 10 million naira. Brother, start early. From January 1, like I told them in our church, I said, if you learn a principle of success, maybe for year 2021, if I were you, I won't start in 2021, I will start now. Let's assume you heard about waking up early, that in year 2021, maybe God gave you that instruction, or you attended some of my teachings, or you attended the seminar, somebody told you that in 2021, don't sleep too much, wake up early, do your devotion, study book, get yourself in a work mode like I teach people over here. All right, somebody can say, okay, that's year 2021. I still have about 10 days or 2 weeks to year 2021, so I will start 2021. It's too late. If I were you, start now. But Pastor, we are not in year 2020, we are still in year 2020. Yes. Because what you don't make your habit in year 2020 cannot suddenly become your habit or practice in year 2021. What you don't make your habit in year 2020 cannot suddenly become your practice in year 2021. Can I say it again? What you don't make your habit in year 2020 cannot suddenly become your practice in year 2021. What you don't make your habit in year 2020 cannot suddenly become your practice in year 2021. What do I mean? Start early. You want to have a very good saving culture or saving outcome in year 2021? Start now. You want to start respecting your spouse. Maybe that's part of your resolution, New Year resolution. Maybe I've been disrespectful to my husband or to my wife. I want to start respecting him or her very well. Don't wait till 2021. Start now. Start today. In fact, like I told them in our church, I said, when the truth comes your way, never postpone the practice of that truth. Because every truth comes with commensurate grace. John 1:14 or 16 or thereabout, he said the law was given by Moses, but grace and truth came through Christ Jesus. So for every truth that you hear, there is a grace that has backed it up or that has even gone ahead of it. If you don't practice that truth immediately, you will forfeit that grace. And that's why you can hear this powerful podcast today and you do nothing about it. Say, I will wait till 2021. And God forbid, if 2021 came, you are not motivated again to do it. That's why when a truth comes, you are always excited, motivated. That's when to do it. That's when to strike. You strike when the iron is hot. You swing into action when the grace is there. You don't wait till 2021 when you have lost motivation, when the grace that accompanied that truth is no longer as active as it was when the truth was first given. And so it's important you start well. It's important you start early. Hit the ground running. As far as year 2021 is concerned, start early. Start early. And don't forget, the way to start early is to start now. Like I was teaching in our church, I'm sorry, I'm always referring to our church. That's the church I pastor. What a powerful, fantastic church. Destiny Impact Church here in the city of Akure, Nigeria. I told them in our local church, I said, as far as God is concerned, there is no year 2020, there is no year 2021. I'm sorry to burst your theology. I know in the Christian circle, we have built, I'll balance myself so that you won't get me wrong. We have built this unusualness around a new year. Actually, there are two extremes. There is one extreme that says, there is nothing about the new year. I don't care what I do on December 31st. I'll just sleep in my house. I'll just wake up. I don't have to go to crossover service. I can even go spend that night playing game. I'll enter 2021 playing game. That doesn't mean your 2021 will be full of game or you're going to fail. That's one extreme. Some people live like that. They don't care. Some are even Christians in quotes. But they don't care. They feel that, oh, so special. No, I don't live like that. The Bible says, teach us to number our days, that we may apply our heart to wisdom. There's another extreme that attaches an undue unusualness to a new year. Extreme, I said. I pay attention to the crossing to the new year, but I don't attach unusual and undue unusualness to it. I don't just assume that once I enter 2021, everything will just change. No. Just like marriage. I teach people about marriage. That wedding day is not magic day. So people think that once they just marry like this, everything will change. It doesn't work that way. Who you are before marriage is who you are going to be after marriage. Maybe with a little more complications or complexities. So if I want to change who I will be when I'm married, I need to start paying attention to who I am while I'm still single. If I want to be a clean person, a tidy person, an orderly person in marriage, I don't need to wait till I get married to start becoming orderly. I will have to start putting order into my life as a single, because the habits I don't form today cannot become my practice tomorrow. So one way, like I said, to have or to start early and start well in year 2021 is to start living the life now. That was why I said there is no difference as far as God is concerned. Permit my usage of words between year 2021 and year 2020. You know, when we like the calendar we are running with now, we call it 2020 AD, after the death of Christ. Before the death of Christ, the calendar was BC. It was man-made way of talking about the year. If I want to know when this thing happened, I want to attach it to a time period. That was where the calendar came in. But before that, then I don't know how people use the calendar, but the calendar is not an invention of man, of God. It's an invention of man. Even the idea of time, I mean the 12 p.m., the 1 p.m., 1 a.m. is not the idea of God, it's the idea of man. There are only two time zones, or two time understanding in God. The morning and the evening was the next day. So God talks about morning and evening. Alright, in the morning, sow your seed. In the evening, withhold not your hand. So it was man that brought up this idea of time, and that's good. That helps us to live in the material world. God does not function in the realm of time. God functions in eternity, is above time. But because we are in the material world, we need the concept of time, we need the concept of calendar to organize our life for a productive living. But what I'm emphasizing here today is the fact that don't just have this idea that once the calendar shifts or changes from 2020 to 2021, everything will just change about me. No, nothing will change. Whatever has not changed in 2020, or you have not started changing in 2020, you won't automatically start doing it in 2021. So my charge for you is to make a habit of today what you want to make a practice of tomorrow. Make a habit of today what you want to make a practice of tomorrow. You want savings to be your practice in year 2021, make it your practice in year 2020. You want devotion to God, to the things of God, that is what you plan for year 2021. One way to start well and start early is not to wait for 2021 to come. Start now. Because as far as God is concerned, there's no difference between 2020 and 2021. The only difference is the difference you want to put into it by becoming a new person and by engaging in new practices. So my encouragement for you today is to start well and start early. Don't waste time in year 2021. It's amazing how we are already wrapping up year 2020, and when we started this year, it was looking like something that is going to be very long. I could remember January 1 this year. I kept asking myself, another long year. Before you know it, we're in January, we're in February, we're in March, we're in April, and look at us, we're in December, just some couple of days before the year is over. Are there things you wish you had done then that you have not done now? You can imagine how frustrating it can be, how disappointing and discouraging maybe. But your past is past. You need to focus on your present so that you can secure a glorious future for yourself. So one of the decisions you must make to have an amazing year in year 2021 is to start well and start early. Start well and start early. Start well and start early. For instance, I don't believe that January 1st should be a year that is just before. Don't get me wrong, that's me. I'm not talking about you. You know, January 1, some people, the only thing they can remember by January 1 is the food they ate. Maybe if they went to church, the family members and friends they visited. For most people, January 1 is practically wasted for most people. I can imagine 31st is always serious for people. They want to stay with God in prayer. They want to catch vision. They want to plan. They want to live very well. But when people get to January 1, they are caught up in the euphoria of, wow, we are in a new year. The atmosphere is celebrative. People want to visit people. You want to eat as many plates of rice as possible. You want to take as many bottles of drinks as possible. You want to go to amusement park. You want to watch home videos and all of that. I don't believe that anybody that wants to have an amazing year should live like that. Because January 1 is not another year. It's still that same year. By the time the story of 2021 will be written, January 1 will not be excluded because it is as much a part of your year as the other days or months you want to be serious with. Am I saying you should be unnecessarily extremely serious about January 1? Relive, enjoy the day, appreciate God, be happy, be excited, play, have fun. But in the midst of your fun and excitement, please have an element of seriousness. If you want to read a book or some books in that year, what stops you from starting in January 1st? You want to start praying for 1 hour a day. Why wait till January 2nd? Because January 1 is a day of celebration. No. In fact, one way to break into correct habits or practices is to start in January 1. That's one way to break into, and one way to break bad habits, old habits, limiting habit is to break it from that January 1. Don't indulge yourself in January 1 and expect to be up and doing going forward. Without being superstitious or trying to be mystical, you know, the way you start really matters. My mom used to say in those days that January 1, don't fight, don't quarrel, don't cry, so that you will not cry, just maybe our own simple way of just encouraging us to behave well. But I don't really believe in that because you cried in January 1, you will cry in January all through. No. But there's an element of truth in that the way you start the year matters, whether spiritually or otherwise. There might be a spiritual reason to starting well so that flow will continue with you. And if you start badly, if care is not taken, that flow continue. But I'm not even talking about the spirituality of it. I'm talking about the practicality of it. That when you start well and early, you put your body system, your spiritual body in that mode, and you can continue like that. So don't forget to have an amazing year. The secret to start well and to start early. The year will be truly amazing for you. And don't forget, make a habit of in year 2020 what you want to make a practice of in year 2021. Don't wait 2021. Start living an amazing life in year 2020. And I wish you a super amazing year. Thank you for your time with me on today's episode of Leaders Arise, as I look forward to having a great time with you. Once again, compliment of the season and remain blessed. Bye for now.